As far as why I'm running for the Senate, I'm really running to go to Washington to put a stop to what they're doing. I want to stop new legislation from being passed. I can be much more effective as a senator than a congressman. The Senate has a filibuster, but one individual senator can do a lot to disrupt the Congress. I mean, if I can simply stop them from raising the debt ceiling, I mean, I will do everything I can to make that a real ceiling. I'm not going to vote to let it go up. And I'll do everything I can, and they'll say, well, you'll shut the government down. Well, fine, shut it down. You know, I'm not letting you go into debt. And force them to cut spending. I mean, they don't have to spend all this money. I mean, they could just cut, but no one holds them accountable. No one forces them to make a hard decision. And all I want to do is repeal stuff. There's nothing that we can't solve by repealing legislation. We have been writing legislation for 200 years. Don't you think we got enough? We don't need more bills. We need more freedom. And that means repealing stuff. So all the stuff I'm going to introduce is, this bill is to repeal this, and to repeal it. Let's say I can write it on one piece of paper and get it in there. And most of the stuff that we need to do to help the economy won't cost a quarter. It's just figuring out how governments have screwed things up. Like if you take healthcare as an example. Everybody says, okay, we've got a crisis in healthcare. Healthcare costs are running out of control. Why are they running out of control? I mean, no one asked that question. I mean, why aren't healthcare costs going down? Like cell phones, or laptop computers, or plasma TVs. Why isn't the free market working in healthcare? Because the government won't let it. All we got to do is remove government from the equation, and healthcare prices will plunge. Now, the things that we need to do is we need to separate healthcare from employment. Why do people get their health insurance from their employers? It doesn't make. They don't get their car insurance from their employer. They don't get their life insurance, their fire insurance. Why do they get their health insurance? Because the government decided to say that if your employer gives you wages, you got to pay taxes. But if your employer gives you health insurance, it's tax-free. So now all of a sudden everybody wants their health care paid for through their insurance policy because of the tax benefit. But that's not why we have insurance. We don't have insurance to pay for our health care. We have insurance in case we get cancer and it costs a lot of money. We're supposed to pay for our health care out of our pocket. You get sick, you go to the doctor, you're not supposed to whip out an insurance card. You're supposed to take out your wallet and pay. But because of this whole complicated third-party payer system that only exists because of the tax code, prices are going through the roof. We need to end that. We need to take insurance away from employers and put it back on the individual so they can make sound decisions. The easiest way to do that, the simplest way that the Democrats can't demagogue it, is to simply say, you know, if your employer gives you health care, you can opt out of it and take the cash tax-free. So if you're getting $10,000 worth of health insurance from your employer, you can opt to have the $10,000 in cash and spend it the way you want. Now you can go buy yourself a major medical policy for a few $1,000s a year and put the rest in your pocket and use it to support your family and not overspend. And then when you go to the doctor, you'll ask what things cost. You'll shop around and you'll get good prices. And if we can do other things, like tort reform, so doctors don't have to spend so much time doing unnecessary procedures so they don't get sued, and we don't chase out so many doctors because they can't afford the malpractice premiums, and if we allow insurance companies to compete over state lines, if we now allow international competition, which is now banned, and if we stop mandating that insurance companies cover everything that people don't want, it's like if you went to a car dealer and you wanted to get a basic car, but they told you no, the government requires that you get leather seats, a sunroof, sports tires, the GPS package. You know, what if I just want a basic car? Well, you can't get that. Well, you can't get that in health insurance because the government won't let you. So all the things that we can do to bring healthcare costs down, it's the same thing in education. It won't cost a quarter. We just need to get free markets involved.
In addition to the question I asked everybody.
Oh, I forgot about your question, yeah.
You want to answer that now, and then I'll ask you?
Yeah, I mean, as far as, yes, I would love to take the Republican nomination, at the convention and walk away as the unanimous Republican nominee. To the extent that I don't manage to achieve that, I'm not going to rule out, running in the primary. In fact, it's probably likely that I would run in the primary if I don't get that nomination. I think it's crucial that I go to the United States Senate. I don't think I'm going to stop if I can't win at the convention. I think I might take my case directly to Republican voters. But if I lose in the primary and I can't convince Republicans to vote for me, I'm not going to run as a third party. I'm not in this as an academic exercise. I'm running to win. I don't think I can win as an independent. I can win as a Republican.